Okay, I'm going to show you that date and time. Just part of the old car that I own. Okay, my old Ford LTD. Okay, now look, stomping down the path of like this muddy here, you know what I mean? And anyway, I believe a skinwalker followed me here somehow. And anyway, this is what I'm going to show you. This is a huge print. Where is it? Right there. And this too. That is a huge print. And it looks like a buck right there. And then it morphed into some type of bear or something. Okay, now try not to step on anything. But that's a unique print. Same with that one. I didn't drive that over with the car. There's right next to it. Oh. Here's another one. There's one more big one right here. This one's huge. I don't really know if it is skinwalker or not, but yesterday night the people adjacent where the property is, because technically it's not next door, but it's almost next door, they're smoking food. They're cooking meat in a smoker. And anyway, I'm not for sure if that attracted them to it. I don't think the actual skinwalker knows this is my house, but I think it showed up somehow by magic or however they do it and just stood there and sniffed the air. Now I'm going to show you that I'm not lying. Try to look for more prints on the way over here too, because they could still be. The ground is moist, as you can hear it. See? Maybe there's prints. But anyway, I'm going to show you. I'm not lying. See, there's a cord right there. And neighbors are smoking food and shit. They're cooking meat. Smoking meat. And anyway, in my opinion, those prints are quite large for a dog. And in my other opinion is, knowing that people around here, they don't really like walk their dog in this dirty alley. They walk it on the sidewalk. Okay, simple as that. And there is a big dog around here, but I also know that they walk that dog on the sidewalk. They don't put that dog in this alley. And anyway, that is a big print. I don't care what anyone says. Get a good look at it. There's another print. Now that's, I don't know. It's quite large compared. It's almost the same size of my hand. Now, I'm not for sure if there's more prints somewhere else, but there may be. But I tell you what, knowing what I know, after I put up the video today, earlier, February 17th, 2026, about what I saw and the blood on the tree, and now, and like I said, I don't care what anyone says. That right there, that's a deer print. Okay, this is the conundrum right here. And then it turns into a big print. So this is a true telltale sign. And there's my car right there. And anyway, this is a telltale sign where it somehow appeared by magic, and it's smelling the meat, obviously, as otherwise I highly doubt it knows that this is where I live. But then again, I don't know what they're capable of knowing. But if you look at this now, this is a hole right here. That's a hole. That's 4, 5, 6 technically. Right here, these small little dents right here. I'll prove it. Take this rock right here, put it in there. Okay, that's a small dent. Put that right here, same thing. It's a small dent. So this is the pad of the back part of the foot. And then finger here, or something, small little something, another small little something, then 4 fingers. Okay, now try to see where it was standing right before that, right here, and that's where I'm talking about again with this unique print, halfway deer print, halfway huge print, like that lady said to me in December. I don't care what anyone says right now. It goes back to what she said. She said she saw a huge fox, and it looked mangy, like what you hear in the podcasts about how the hair's falling off, and this and that about skin showing. She said that too. She also said it was less than 25, 35, 40 feet from away from her. I said, well, what were you doing? I was walking my dog like I do all the time. That's what she said to me. And she, you know, I like I said, I already said what that happened. But now the skinwalker possibility is real, where magic brought it to this house. Now, I'm going to step into my shed here, and this is what I'm going to say, whether you believe me or not here. When I was a little kid, I never was going to ever tell this story, but I'm going to tell it right now. When I was a little kid, I have no idea how old I was. Must have been 5, 6, or 7, maybe 8 years old at the most. Not that old. I was driving in the back seat. Obviously, I'm riding. I'm a little punk kid. I'm riding in the back seat, and the lady that I thought was my mother, but is my adopted mother. At the time, I thought she was my real mother. But anyway, long story short, I say to her, "Mom, there's a wolf up there." And then she stopped and saw it too. And she didn't know what to do. She stepped on the gas. That's a real story. And I'll swear on my soul on that. That's a real story right now. And anyway, the long story short is, I'll be honest, like, I know where that spot is. I'm not going to say exactly where it is, but I will take it to my own accord one day here, once it's not muddy weather like how you see the ground is. I'm going to go there to that spot. And that spot is nearby where I filmed on 8th Street. Okay? Now, meaning this, I saw that when I was a little kid, and I'm going to be extra with you. I saw more than one, but I saw one having fun, if that makes any sense. And I mean what I just said. And I'm not going to tell you how it was having fun. Let's just say it was doing some type of acrobatic stunt that, how you say, definitely was a whole football field away. Maybe not, yeah, about that length. And I had, what's it called, spectacular vision at that age. And I still do. But the point is, I know what I saw then. And then when I tried to mention it to that lady that I used to call my mother, back when I was like 14 or 13 years old, she tried to tell me that never happened. I said, well, I know I've seen it. You saw it too. You even sped up the car and kept driving. Then, like I said, now this house where I where I pay rent here, live here in this rental house, it ain't too far away from where I'm talking about, where I've seen Dogman or Wolfman or whatever. And here's the next part too. Like, you believe me or not on this, like, I'm gonna go all in with what I said about those eggs that got took from inside the house when I was cooking food on the 12th of February 2026. Later on that night, because I went to the spot on near 8th Street Hill where the bipedal humanoid creature has a lair or lurking area. And anyway, point of that story is, I mentioned out loud near the spot where I gift the food always. I didn't bring any food with, but I'll bring some back soon. And then I didn't want to say what I could have said in the other video about mentioning about the eggs being took. Magically, they're just vanished. Now, if you believe in true spiritual magic, like I do, magically snap, it's in the house right next to you, without a smell or without a peep of, how you say, sound, hear a footstep or breathing or anything, standing right next to me, and somehow all of a sudden those eggs are gone. Now I can't swear on my soul that a skinwalker took them. It could have been a ghost. But I want to. Oh, this is what I will do. I will swear on my soul that I'm not lying about those eggs being missing. Okay? And then, as well, I'm going to swear on my soul that I believe that the skinwalker doesn't mind me, but how to explain it? Like, it doesn't like me at the same time, since I'm human, if that makes any sense. And anyway, yeah, born a man with dick and two balls too, if you're wondering. Not joking at all. And now, at the end of the day, I'm not here to talk about man and lady or trans gender people or any of that. I was just being a smartass when I said that. Pardon me if I offended you. But anyway, it's about what I just said, though. Me exploring, and now, like I said, whether they know this is where I live, which I highly believe they do, because of parking that old car up at the top, meaning they push a button on their suit, or if they just have magical powers and they turn invisible or whatever, and they walk up those stairs and they see that car parking there, and then well, then again, I have the car under a tarp, so I honestly don't know. So I'm not joking about that. Here, the tarp's right here. And anyway, basically, I'm not paranoid or freaking out. If you're wondering about that, it's just befuddling, if that's the right word to call it. Not quite spooky, not that word yet, but quandary or ponder, make me think about what capabilities these beasts really truly have. Because I know I watch podcasts every night about Wendigos and skinwalkers and dogmen and goatman and sheepman and witches and ghosts and phantasmals and whatever else, and little gremlins and whatever other little creatures, cryptic creatures and folklore creatures, and they can turn mid-stance. Now, if you believe me or not, let's go all in with that sentence of what I just said about mid-stance. Hypothetically, if they want to, they could only have 1 foot showing, in my belief. This is my belief now. Meaning, hypothetically, they're floating, and then they decide to take physical form, and they put a foot down. They didn't know if they want to be a deer. They didn't know if they want to be a wolf or a bear. Now I have to go online and try to find out what type of print that is. So I'm going to pause it now and go get the other phone. Not for sure why that's moving, but I believe that the skinwalker is standing right behind there. Not joking at all. There's no window open in this house. Means it's taking big breaths right behind there, invisible. Can't be proven, but the only way to prove it is to get a vape and blow smoke at it, and if the smoke moves around it. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I have no idea how that's moving. I actually don't. but it is quite spooky. Now it's spooky. This is the next proof I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go upstairs, okay, and I'm gonna show you this air conditioner unit. How there's no way it's all taped off, okay? It's all taped off, and then the outside of it too is taped off. I don't know if you can see it or not, but it's taped off with. I better go down and show you. Got a huge black plastic bag over it, garbage bag over it. I tried to find a white one, but at the time I didn't, because white would match the trim of the house. But anyway, not that it matters what color it is. I just want to prove it to you. Okay, that's all taped off. Looks like a hornet nest under there too. And anyway, long story short, this is like, I don't know what to call it besides like skinwalker, fucking around type shit. Now, we're gonna talk about the upload that I did today. And then I'm gonna show you, oh my god. Hey, maybe it was the wind. This window just blew open, or had been blown open. And anyway, I guess it's the wind. But I highly doubt a draft would what was it called? But I'll shut that window later on. It's not that cold out right now, so air can blow through the house. But I highly doubt that window right there is, how you say, causing this. That moving of that wall hanging that separates that little doorway from the upstairs. And as well, like I said, they like to play a game to see if I get scared, or any human, I should say. And anyway, now, like I said, I don't really know what to think about it, but like I mentioned, neighbors were smoking meat in a smoker. And like I said, whether that drew the Wendigo or by magic, or is it aliens? Because last night in the podcast, it talked about a rare sighting where someone witnessed a fox being poofed, float up about 10 feet, and then magically disappear. And it said in the title that all these are supposedly real, factual, true stories that were sent to the narrator of Darkness Prevails podcast. And anyway, I'm not for sure really where I'm going with this, but due to the fact that, like, it's hard to explain what I'm trying to exactly say, but I'm not for sure if they don't like me or if they do like me or what, or, you know what I mean? And as well, you know, I honestly don't know who lived here before, but we'll talk about the people that lived here before once. This one will show you. There is dog marks here where a dog was clawing at the wood to, how you say, get out from the basement. And if you see, there's a nail right there, a hole right there, where it must have had a small gate here or something once. And oh yeah, these are here. These things right here. And anyway, I don't know, I'm gonna go on a far-fetched limb with it, you know, hypothetically, like, this sounds outrageously ridiculous even to say it, but I'm gonna just say it. Hypothetically, one of those dogs that was once in this house, okay, how you say, became a skidwalker, if that makes any sense, and it smelled the meat, and it showed up here, and it realized it's not the house that's smelling the meat, but it's the house next door or near that house. And then it remembered this house, but these are already here. That's why I'm not really too worried about these scratch marks. But at the end of the day, I do know one thing. These are scratch marks. And at the end of the day, I'm not a skinwalker. So I know I didn't do that, and I don't know who all lived in this house. Like I said, this house, well, I never actually said that in any of these videos, but this house is a rental house, and it was built early 1900s. So anyway, now we're gonna look at some prints. Okay, let's type it in. Now, if people want to play a game about shit, I just proved you weird shit right there in front of the fucking house. On the dirt driveway or the dirt alley. Okay? Now, here's different types of wolves around the world. Let's take a look at this photograph here. Here we go. Foxes of the world. Now the lady, what she described, she said it was somewhat gray. So I'm thinking the bottom one here. Tibetan sand fox. But she also said it could have been that look. I asked her what the tail looked like. Was it big? The tail didn't have no fur, she said. So anyway, like, I'm not for sure really what, but this is where I'm going with this. I'm gonna pause it for a second. Actually, whatever, I'll just go back. Because I ain't trying to promote no sites or any of that shit. So anyway, I want to see dog or wolf prints. I don't know why it brings it here. Alright, here we go. I almost want to rule out wolf or a dog because there's no claw marks, but it had print like you saw. You're gonna have to go back and forth scrolling the video to move which pixel it is compared to this depiction here. It doesn't have a print, okay, that matches it. Now the closest one that could match it, believe it or not, would have to be otter. Simply because there looked like a hoof print there. I don't even know what to say anymore. So hold on, we'll just try to find a different set of printings. Hold on. Here. This is pretty cool where they made a picture out of each print. But we're not here to look cool or think about cool stuff. And as well, I'm not showing off the house of my wall art that I purchased at, I forgot what store it was at. I think Spencer's. And anyway, not here to show off or think I'm cool or any of that. This is pure research or data collection. And as well, somewhat spooky since it's at the place where I rent property to live at or function, more or less. Technically, I'm really not having fun, so therefore I'm not really living. This is the closest thing that I have to get to have fun is doing this small bits of research. Now, that thing is not a bear, but it wasn't a wolf, but it wasn't an otter, but it looked like a deer. So it proves it's a skinwalker, in my opinion. I mean, there's no logical explanation for it. Okay, here's unique prints. Here, hold on, let's zoom in here. I don't know what to say because, like I said, that footprint. I don't think it's a wolf print. But then again, maybe it is, since this print is depicting some type of pad there, even though it's supposed to be a picture of whatever, picture of a wolf with the print or whatever. I'm not here for that. I want to see real pictures. Here we go. What about this one? I'm not here to promote your site. I promoted that podcast. I said that's it. And the fact that I don't, I don't know really what to do besides do this video. And it comes from, how you say, it messing around knowing that it's me somehow. Because, like I said, I parked that car up top there. Wouldn't take much or nothing to walk up there as a ghost, or however skinwalkers can be unseen, invisible cloak, or like I said, I went all in on one of the videos talking about it could be some type of interdimensional being wearing a suit that presses a button and all of a sudden it is invisible. And due to the fact that said other narrated podcasts that I listen to, how like people call in and they hear like a small microphone type sound before an audible roar or howl or bellow or whatever noise it makes. That's what I heard when it pretended to be a monkey or bipedal humanoid Sasquatch or Bigfoot or skunk ape or wood booger or any of those slang terms they call them. So, and I heard that. that I will swear on my soul on that. Now, at the end of the day, I swear on everybody's soul on that last sentence. I heard what I heard, and before it, how you say, roared back as a monkey, like how I said, it sounded like this. Going crazy. I'm talking about, I'd say, I don't know, 40 or 35% amplified more than that. And before it did that noise, it heard like, I don't know how to make a sound, but I got this phone charger right here. I'm going to try to press this in to the table here, and maybe it will sound like that. It's similar. This noise right here. That noise of a click. But as well as a small drag of static, if that makes any sense. I'm talking a second, or less than a second. And if that makes any sense, that I heard about people describing that noise as well in podcasts that people sent in to have those narrators voice or how you say, read their story that they emailed them or wrote a letter. And another one that I do believe is, how you say, a good source of knowledge is called Just Creepy. That's another podcast that I listen to. Not the ones about weird bullshit between humans either. That's not, I don't listen to that dumb shit. That's shit that people are scared they listen to or something. I'm not for sure really why would they put their, but there's stories for those people too that want to listen to that shit. I'm listening to ones about demons and spirits and all those other cryptic folklore creatures. That's what I listen to. And anyway, now I'm just trying to understand here. I'm gonna try to look one more time here. Hold on, check the date and time here for you. Okay, now this is a picture of a wolf print. Wolf tracks, high resolution. It was half wolf, half deer, which means skinwalker, because that's a real pad. Now, I'm gonna pause it and go outside one more time. Y'all should have been hearing that noise. My ears are ringing right now. I just used a hammer to pound that window back. Whatever opened and however that window got open, I actually have no idea, due to the fact that I know it was locked. It literally took all my strength, if you can hear me or not, out of breath, pounding. I should have put earplugs in. My ears are still ringing. Pounding on the frame of that window to make it go back. So I'm not for sure really what the fuck is going on right now. And part of my language, to the people that don't like cuss words. And my apologies if you were wondering about my face. There's a line where the hat is on my head. I usually wear a baseball hat, black hat. And anyway, I just wanted to clarify that that's not a mark or anything. That's just me, how I wear my hat really snug. One more theory before I go outside and film that print one more time. Now, if you believe in this theory, they say crazy nuns and crazy Christian priests and crazy Catholic priests and satanic priests and other witches and warlocks summon and create these monsters. If you believe that, by doing, how you say, surgical procedures, and as well morphing a human somehow with Area 51 technology, we'll just call it. Just remember I said that. And I believe it's real. That's exact how I vocabularized that sentence. Not every skinwalker, but some. Remember, that's the closest thing that I have to the next picture of what I'm about to film. Outside on the driveway. Dirt driveway. Now underneath I have my other phone flashlight on at the same time. Now, here it is. Here's that print. This is the one I want to look at though. This one. That's outrageous. That is a real skinwalker print. If I've ever seen one before in my life, that is one. To anyone say that it isn't real, well, you can go and cry to God or think that God's listening to you, because he's not listening to you. And anyway, here's the next one. That is huge print. Now, put my boot next to it. That one does have claw marks though. Yeah, it does. Oh my god. This one does have claw marks. Right there's one, there's one. This one. This is something that, it's like double foot. Like, I'll guarantee you that that's what I'm getting at. That's deer hoof right here. There's no way it isn't. Get a good look at it one more time. Oh my god. Yeah, because look at this. Hold on. Flashlight went off. Alright, here we go. Look at this. The back part. Okay. Not for sure, but I do know one thing. Let's just look around. There isn't really any prints anywhere else. That little cat print right there, you can see it. And then someone's footprint here. It definitely ain't mine. Right here, stepping hard right there in the mush. There's a cat print. That's tiny. My whole finger almost covers it. Now, like I said, there ain't no other prints anywhere. There ain't no other prints anywhere. There's my butt print. Bride to bees. the end of the day, now all I know is that I'm fucking outrageously like befuddled here. I'm not upset at all, but befuddled is a good word for it. And as well, here's that looks like a that one looks like a dog print, to be honest. But the other one don't. Let me look at it one more time. There ain't no other dog prints around here, is where I'm getting at with this. So it magically got poofed right here from the sky, is my next hunch. Now, if you want to play a game about aliens, well, you better watch your mouth. There's aliens. They come inside your fucking house if they want to fuck you up. And anyway, there's one. So how far did it come up? Like, that's pretty big. That's about the size of my fist. What's that? Oh no, that's my blueprint. Okay, just take a look here. Those are our blueprints too. All these is my blueprint. See? That's how it kind of picks up the bag because it gets stones. A lot of traction on that. Anyway. Is that a chicken print? What the fuck? I don't even know what to say right now. Well, whatever. It proves what I just said. And it proves what I listened to on Darkness Prevails podcast, where it sometimes could be abducted by aliens and what's it called? Morphed. And as well, if there is Skinwalker alien where it has a human skin on in the hospital and somehow magically put technology in the hospital or made